Aquarius, here we are. I'm still trying to give you the same vibe, the same vibe. But I'm playing different music because I'm really not into the Garden State soundtrack today. We got a little crane band in the background here, which I love. But, and we got something else in the background here, which I love too. Aquarius, 11th house, humanity, society, public opinion, rebellion, revolution. Definitely playing a big part in the year that's happening right now for us, because the modern day ruler, Uranus, is in Taurus, a sign of institution, belief system, religion, segregation, integration. It's all of those things. Taurus is a very powerful sign. People always talk about Scorpio, but Taurus is very much so powerful because it's labels, it's groups, it's things like that, you know? So Uranus, a sign that's the planet of awakening, is in that placement in the sky right now, which is bringing our attention to certain institutions that we have like acclimated ourselves to, that we've cultivated through systems of government that have become obsolete. And Uranus tells us that things are now obsolete, your planet. So you might be feeling that type of way. Okay. Like, you might even feel like the conflict there because your ruling planet is somewhere that it doesn't want to be. But on the other hand, Saturn is in Capricorn, which is where it wants to be, but it's gone into Aquarius right before all of this craziness happened, or during it, and then it reverted, it retrograded back into Capricorn, and now that it's direct, 2021 is bringing it into your sign. That beat drop, I love this song. Okay, but that's what's going on for you. You know what I mean? And for us too. So we're feeling it on like a big picture level, a societal level, you know? And now we have to explore different options, new options, which we're kind of like obligated to do that. You know what I mean? Because we're here together, everybody, all of us, you know what I mean? So we do have an obligation, right? We have an obligation to ourselves, and we also have an obligation to not other people, but like what we bring to the table. Because everybody's trying to get a seat at the table, right? One that's very, very much well-deserved. So it's like, what are you gonna say when you get to the table? You know what I mean? Don't be saying no bullshit. You know what I mean? Anyway, let me go ahead and shuffle your cards. I don't know, maybe I need to meet somebody that know how to play a guitar like that. Oh, I don't know, you know what I mean? I did date a drummer before. I'm using the Pride Tarot, which was a gift to me by some very special gals in my life. And I kind of like it. It's like a compilation, a collaboration, an integration that is bringing together different tarot decks. I don't know if there are any images from artists or any repeat image or any artist. I don't know if there are multiple images from a single artist within the deck. I would have to like get better acclimated with it before I can like realize that, but I'm not even really looking at the names of the artists. I am, but not really. Let's go ahead and start. I kind of did start. Let's see. 9 of Wands. So Aquarius, you're dealing with some situations of growth that come from past hurts, right? And it's like you're staying determined despite the injury that you might be feeling, or you know, you might just be being very critical of yourself right now, and probably even critical of the actions of others from the past, right? And you're having a realization of what needs to be done and what boundaries need to be created, that type of thing. This could even be happening at work, just because it's a 9 and it's related to the Hermit. So it could be involving work, or you could just be, you know, going after some goals, some aspirations. maybe there were some things that happened in the past that made you feel less than confident. You know what I mean? It was like emotional things that were happening, or, you know, ways that you may have convinced yourself that you know, whatever, the value, what you were bringing to the table, like I said, Nine of Wands, you still have it, right? It's still something valuable, or there's still something to get out of something. Very much a kind of like retrograde energy, only because the nines are ruled by the Hermit, which is Virgo, and that's ruled by Mercury. And right now, this Nine of Wands is the moon in Sagittarius. Okay, so that's the moon being in a fire sign. So it's kind of like it has to do something. It's being kind of forced to do something. There's a little bit of pressure to do something. And the nines do talk about a sense of pressure that comes from a realization. You know what I mean? So maybe that's what you're feeling anxious about something too, right? Emotionally anxious about something. You're ready to do something, you know what I mean? You kind of like want to get something over with as well, right? Maybe you're not even done with the situation. Maybe there's been a lot of things that have been going on, and now you are just kind of like anxious for things to be over, right? Anyway, let me go and see. Seven of Wands, right? Yeah, definitely anxious, and you definitely want things to be over, because the Seven of Wands is talking about being in the middle of a conflict, but you're a little bit further along than you think you are, and it's just because of what's been happening, right? You're just like, well, things have been kind of like hard anyway. Definitely with the Seven of Wands and the Nine of Wands being here. But you know, you're learning something. You're learning some lessons of strength, right? And durability, endurance, and stamina, right? Stamina within your spirit and your soul and your heart, you know what I mean? Because these are both fire. So it has to do with what it is you are trying to create, or what it is, your ambitions, you know what I mean? Like that type of thing. So you feel like your ambitions are being like opposed by things that are out of your control, because the sevens do talk about stuff that's out of your control, but you can get it under control, right? You can be in control of yourself, right? That's probably why you're being defensive, because you're not in control of other people, and you know that. You're like, whatever. Two of Pentacles. Okay, making it work. You know what I mean? Also, you guys are staying strong too, because this is like an emotional card just because it's a two, but then it's also Capricorn, you know what I mean? So you could be trying to like detach from an emotion and just see how things could be changing. Or you might be determined to like stay focused on what needs to change in your life, you know, like that type of thing. And you might even be trying to stay focused on a job, right? You might even be like, I don't know, you might be taking on two jobs, and you know, it's kind of like a big, it's going to be challenging in ways, right? You're trying to juggle a lot with this Two of Pentacles energy. I haven't been showing you guys these cards because I'm trying to like get through it. Nine of Wands, right? Oh, hurt in the past, huh? I learned my lesson. Now I'm placing some boundaries, right? Feeling defensive, okay? Philosophy has changed. Philosophies have changed, right? This is really the past. Right now in the moment, you're in the Nine of Wands, right? So it's been like this. You've been learning some lessons, right? So now you're feeling the pressure to change something. Maybe where you live or your job, you know? Yeah. You're like looking for more money, maybe. Trying to find some way to do it. Or you're trying to find some way to invest in something, right? Strategy. You know? I like clench my jaw a lot, so the muscles in like my head are like, they're always kind of like, I always need like a massage or something. Anyway, yes. Two of Pentacles, trying to balance things out, trying to balance your funds, your money. You know, the second house is earned income, and the second house is also talking about fears of, you know, how things might become a little overwhelming financially in some kind of way, or maybe taking on a big responsibility financially like that. You know what I mean? Yeah. You know, you might be having to surprise things that are happening that you have to invest in. King of Wands, what is that? That's Leo energy. So a Leo might be in your life, or, you know, you might be trying to affirm something for yourself. You know, you might even be trying to be self-reliant and very independent here with the King of Wands. You know, you want it's like self-expression. So you're trying to express yourself in a mature way, and you're trying to exhibit some maturity by way of doing something that you haven't done before, or taking on some kind of new responsibility to change your life in a very meaningful way moving forward. You know, you are trying to like make a lasting impression by doing something that is of quality, going to add quality to your life. It could be investing in a home, it could be investing in, you know, in something, or it could be investing in a job, you know, or thinking about changing your career, you know, and wanting to do it definitively, or find some kind of way to support yourself in a real way, or in a different way than you have been. I don't know, for some of you guys. The Ace of Swords is talking about cutting something, detaching from something, or changing your mind, you know, a new idea, right? The Two of Pentacles might be actually suggesting you not to move too quickly, to actually take your time with something, you know, so that you don't make any mistakes. And we're hearing this Mercury retrograde, and the Ace of Swords is related to the Magician, which actually is Mercury. You see what I'm saying? So you've got to make sure that you keep that in mind. Yeah. I wonder if there's anything more. Let's see. What's behind this Two of Pentacles? The Four of Cups. That's the Moon in Cancer. So, you know, someone could be being, you know, kind of like emotionally stubborn right now in some kind of way, or they could be being emotionally needy, right? You could see that someone, maybe you actually, need to realize, see the possibilities of creation. It's like you're not seeing an opportunity because you're focused on some things that like have already happened that aren't going to change, but you yourself can be self-affirming in this moment to focus on something different, because you need something different and you want something different. So why not, you know, create a healthy emotional boundary from that which you no longer want or need? Okay, Aquarius. That's it. Like, share, or subscribe, and subscribe. Hit the notification bell. Comment on the video. Follow me on Instagram. It's Providence Tarot there. My personal account is NYC Kendrick. And if you'd like to get a reading with me, email providencetarotkendrick@gmail.com. What's going on with you?